Hello students. So today we are going to start lesson number 11, Introduction to HTML5. And the topics we are going to learn in this chapter are what is HTML, tools to be used in HTML, how to create an HTML document, what are tags, elements and attributes, HTML document structure, common HTML elements, cascading style sheets, methods of applying cascading style sheets and background properties. So, students, as we all know, the internet and emerging technology has become a vital part of our life. The internet came into existence in the mid 1960s as a project of the United States Department of Defense's Advanced Research Project Agency, DARPA. The internet presents information in the form of websites. These websites consist of millions of pages called web pages, which contain text, graphic, video, audio, and link to other pages called hyperlink. Children, have you ever wondered how these web pages are created? Which language is used to write these web pages? Yes, the answer is HTML. HTML is the most widely used language to design web contents for the internet. In this chapter, you will be introduced to the basics of this technology. So first of all, let's understand what is HTML. HTML stands for Hypertext Markup Language. It is a complete code package that allows the user to create web pages that contain both text and graphics. All the web browsers are designed to understand and interpret this language. Let us analyze the term HTML. First one is hypertext. Hypertext is a piece of ordinary text that has a special feature of linking to other documents or web pages. So, when you click on the hypertext, it opens a new page. Next one is markup language. It is a language that uses special symbols called tags to mark up a text document that instructs the browser how to display the text. Markup languages are solely concerned with classifying the parts of a document according to their functions, like indicating which part is the title of the document, which part is a heading or a subheading, and so on. Next, we will learn tools to be used in HTML. We require two basic tools to work with HTML documents: HTML editor and browser. HTML editor is used for creating and saving the documents. Mainly two types of HTML editors are there. WYSIWYG stands for What You See is What You Get. This type of web editor allows a developer to see what the end result will look like while the document is being created. These editors provide various tools and graphical interfaces where the web pages are designed. While using a What You See is What You Get editor, users may not require the knowledge of HTML commands, as the elements like images, tables, lists, etc. can be placed on the interface and the required HTML code will be added automatically. For example, Adobe Dreamweaver, Amaya, Google Web Designer. Next is text editor. We can also create HTML documents using normal text editors like Notepad or WordPad, unlike What You See is What You Get editors. Here, one is required to have proper knowledge of HTML commands to develop web pages. Next is browser. Web browsers are required to view the HTML documents. Some commonly used web browsers are Google Chrome, Internet Explorer, Microsoft Edge, Apple Safari, Mozilla Firefox, and Opera. So, let's learn how to create an HTML document. To create HTML documents, we will use Notepad. Let us discuss how to create HTML document using Notepad. Open Notepad by clicking on Start, All Programs, Accessories, Notepad. The Notepad window will appear. Type the HTML code as shown in the figure. Click on the File, Save option. The Save As dialog box will appear. Select the target folder to save the file and mention the name in file name text box with an extension .html. Click on the Save button. Now we will learn how to view an HTML document. To view the recently created web page, we are using Google Chrome. Unlike other browsers like Internet Explorer, Mozilla Firefox, Google Chrome does not have a menu bar. So, to open an HTML file, either you can opt for a keyboard shortcut, that is Ctrl+O, or you can follow the steps given below. Enter the letter for the drive in which your HTML file is present in the address bar of Google Chrome. In our cases, it is C. Press Enter key. The directories and files on that particular drive will be displayed as links in the Chrome window. Now navigate to the directory that contains the HTML file you want to open by clicking the links. Click on the HTML file once you find it in the list. The file will be displayed in the Chrome window. Next, we will learn what are tags, elements, and attributes. So, HTML code is made up of elements, tags, and attributes. What are tags? Tags are the building blocks of a web page. They contain elements which define how the information on a web page is formatted or displayed. You can also include non-text items such as integers, links, and lists on the web page using the text. Tags do not appear in the browser window, but they affect the display of the text and non-text items in it. Each tag in HTML follows a specific rules and syntax. These tags are not case sensitive. For example, tag name and tag name in capital letters will have the same effect. The HTML tags or commands are inserted before and after the text. Each tag giving a specific instruction begin with a less than sign and ends with a greater than sign. For example, the tag for defining a paragraph is p tag. We use p tag before the block of text that we want to designate as a paragraph. This is the opening tag or the on tag. At the end of the text block, we place /p. This is the closing tag or the off tag. So to define a paragraph, you will type the following in the text editor. Syntax, p tag, some text, then you put off tag with /p. So the p tag, it is the opening tag of paragraph tag and we call it on tag, and the p tag that is at the last with /sign, it is the off tag. Now next one is elements. An HTML element consists of an on tag, the content, and an off tag. The HTML elements can be categorized as container elements and empty elements. The elements that include both on and off tags are called container elements. For example, b tag, this makes the text bold, right? So it is a container element because B tag has an opening tag as well as the closing tag. Now, next is empty elements. The empty elements contain only on tags. They do not have off tags. These tags do not enclose any data. Instead, they do some function on their own. For example, BR tag, then we are writing tag. It breaks the line and display the text from the next line. See, BR is a empty element. Next one is attribute. An attribute is the property that provides additional information about an HTML element. It enhances the functionality of a tag. An attribute is always specified inside the opening tag. All attributes consist of two parts, a name and a value. The name is the property that you want to set and the value is what you want for the respective property. Attribute value is always enclosed within quotes. For example, the width attribute of the HR tag specifies the width of the horizontal line in pixels or percentage. By default, the width of the horizontal rule is 100%. So if we write HR width equal to 50%, the horizontal line will cover only 50% of the page. We can use more than one attribute using a tag inside a tag. Next, we will learn rules for writing HTML code. Tags and attribute names are not case sensitive. So if we are writing head in capital letters and head in small letters have the same meaning. However, using lowercase is recommended. Container tags should always be enclosed because an unclosed tag can lead to undesired results. Values given to the attributes should be enclosed within the quotes, especially if the value contains any blank space. Attribute values can be case sensitive. When the tags are embedded, that is, when you start a tag within another tag, you need to close the inner tag before closing the outer tag. For example, paragraph tag, then bold B tag, we are writing hello, and then we are closing the P tag first and B tag after. So, bache, first one is incorrect because if we are closing the P tag first and we are opening the P tag first and we are opening the B tag after that, then we have to close the B tag first and then we will close the P tag. The second one is the correct form of writing the tags. Tag names should not contain spaces. For example, writing body as BODY with spaces is incorrect. There should be no space between the angular bracket name of the tag and closing bracket in a tag. For example, writing P as P with space is incorrect. HTML document structure. In general, structure of an HTML document has two sections, head and body. Head section. The head section provides general information about the document. Example, the title defines a title for the page on the browser's title bar. Next, we have the body section. The body section contains the text which gets displayed on the web page along with other tags and attributes. It includes text, graphics, and other HTML elements that provide control and formatting to a page, like fonts, paragraphs, lists, and other elements. Let us discuss the basic structure of an HTML document. The HTML document starts with HTML opening tag and ends with HTML closing tag. Everything is written within these tags. If the commands are not enclosed in tags, then a web browser will assume the commands as text. The head tag is the HTML document header. It lies just below the HTML tag. It contains information that is important about the web page, but you cannot see it in the browser window. The head contains no text within itself. The title tag is to be given within the head tag. It contains the title of the document. The title is displayed on the title bar at the top of the browser window and not inside the window itself. The title should be short and include less than 64 characters. Next is the body tag contains the contents of your document which gets displayed on the web page in your web browser window. In the body tag we use number of formatting elements, images, heading list and hypertext links to enhance the appearance of a web page. There are two basic categories of HTML elements used in the body tag: block level elements, text level elements. A block level elements take up the full width available and by default begins on a new line. These elements include tags like paragraph tag, heading tag, horizontal rule and centering. The text level of elements are used to mark up the bits of text. It does not start a new line and only takes up as much width as necessary. These include tags like bold, B tag, italics, I tag and line break, BR tag. There is a note. The main functional difference between these two types is that block level elements do cause line breaks, whereas text level elements do not cause the line breaks. So in the coming section, we will discuss some of the common HTML elements that are used frequently in an HTML document.
Now, let's learn what is heading tag. This tag is used to define different heading levels in an HTML document. It is basically used to emphasize the text. There are 6 heading levels, H1 to H6. The H1 heading style displays the text in the largest size and is mainly used for main headings. The lower levels are used for subheadings and less important things. It is not essential to use these heading levels in hierarchy. These heading tags are written within the body tag of the document. Now, let's learn what is paragraph tag. To display a long piece of text on a web browser, paragraph element p tag is used, which marks a block of text as a paragraph. To mark the end of a paragraph, /p is used. When you start another paragraph, the web browser will leave one line between the two paragraphs. Now, let's learn the use of line break element. Line break element splits the line and displays the text on a new line. It is like an enter key on the keyboard, which takes the cursor on the next line towards the left margin on the screen. Line breaks are good for ending lines after short pieces of information, such as address. You can introduce a line break into your HTML document with the help of BR tag. This element has no end tag. Next is horizontal rule. It is used as a separator between blocks of text. The HR element draws a horizontal line across the page. It is an empty element and has no end tag. Type HR where you want to insert a horizontal line in between the text. Now let's learn what is comment tag. So far, you have seen that whatever you write inside the body tag gets displayed in the web browser. Sometimes you want to write notes for yourself in an HTML document, but do not want them to display it in the browser window. In such a case, you need to use the comment tag. To comment the text, use any of the following ways. use angular bracket, then exclamation mark and 2 times dash. Then you can write your content and then 2 times dash and angular bracket closed. Or you can write the word comment in a opening bracket and closing angular bracket, and then you can write your content and then use slash to close the comment. Note students, the comment tag works in Internet Explorer. Next one is bold tag. The bold tag is used when you need to emphasize the text. Type B in angular brackets before typing the text that you want to display as bold and type /B after the text as given on the screen. For example, you can write angular brackets and then you can write B Kids Pool a computer course and write /B in angular brackets. Students, likewise you can use I tag is used to format the given text in italics. Now let's learn what are cascading style sheets. CSS is a style sheet that provides the set of style rules for defining the layout of HTML documents. Using CSS, you can control the color of the text, the style of fonts, the spacing between paragraphs, size and layout of columns, background images, as well as a variety of other effects. Style sheets are designed to separate the presentation style of documents from the content of the documents. This makes site maintenance much easier and provides more flexibility. The concrete benefits of CSS include control layout of many documents from one single style sheet, external style sheet, more precise control of layout, apply different layout to different media types, screen, print, etc., more advanced options and sophisticated techniques. Now let's learn CSS terminology. So, first of all, we will learn what is property. It defines how different elements look on the web page. Font family, color, background, border, all are examples of properties. A property appears before the colon in any line of CSS. Next is value. A value is what appears immediately after the colon in any line of CSS. It is the option chosen for a property. For example, value for the font family property can be font names like Monotype Cursiva, Times, Arial, etc. Next is declaration. A property and its value collectively are known as declaration. A declaration is generally any single line of CSS that appears between the curly braces. For example, we can write body tag and then curly brackets, font family, Arial, sans serif, then semicolon and curly brackets closed. This line is a declaration. Now, here font family is the property and the Arial is value. Next is selector. A selector is the part of the CSS line that selects what element to target with the property value pair. For example, if we want to change the behavior of the HR element, let us say its width should be 50%, then we should use HR as our selector. Now, rule. Selector and declaration collectively are known as rule. For example, here H1 is the selector, then curly brackets. Now its property is color and the value of the property is blue and the whole is a declaration. Then font size. Font is the property and 20 is the value and together they are declaration and the whole is a rule. Now next we will see methods of applying CSS. We can include the style sheet rules with an HTML document in the following given ways. Inline, the attribute style. One way to apply CSS to HTML elements is by using the style attribute. The style attribute can be used with any element in the body section, including the body tag itself. We can use any number of declarations, each one separated by a semicolon. For example, HR style equals to double inverted commas width 50%, semicolon height, colon 100, then semicolon background, then color, then colon, and then we are writing blue in double inverted commas and closing the angular brackets. This is not an efficient use of style sheet as the declaration is to be repeated with every element, even if the same style is applied on some other element in a document. Now let's learn what is internal or embedded style sheet. This style has wider scope than the inline method. With the inline method, the effects applied are limited to the element with which the style declaration has been specified. Whereas in embedded style, the effects get applied to all the elements of the type with which the style declaration has been specified. To create an embedded style sheet, we make use of style tag in the head section. We can write HTML tag, head tag, then style tag, then HR, curly brackets. We will write width, colon 50%, semicolon height, colon 5%, semicolon background, color, colon blue, then curly brackets closed, and we will close the style tag. Then we will close the head tag and then body tag, then HR, then body tag closed and HTML tag closed. Now let's learn external style sheet. In this method, we define the style rules separately in one file and then use it with any HTML document. An external style sheet is simply a text file with an extension .css. Like any other file, you can place the style sheet with its name like style.css on your web server or hard disk. This method incorporates two files. One file contains the style code only and the other file contains the HTML code. Let us use the style sheets to set various properties of body background. We will make use of embedded style sheets in this chapter. Now, students, let's learn background properties. HTML allows you to set the background style of an element with the help of the following properties like color, image, repeat, position, attachment. Background color. This property is used to set the background color of an HTML element, and its syntax is background hyphen color colon value, where value is equal to color or any RGB color code. You can write the code like this: HTML tag, head tag, title tag, using background color property in the title and then title closed. Then you can use the style tag with the type attribute text/css. Then you can write body and then curly brackets, background hyphen color colon yellow and curly brackets closed. Now here body is the selector and background color is the property and yellow is the value. Then style tag is closed, head tag is closed, and then body tag is opened. Using background color property and changing background color. And then body tag is closed and HTML tag is closed. Now you can save your file. You can save your file with background color name and extension is .html and then click on save button. Here you can see the output as the background color is set to yellow. Now let's see background image. With this property, we can add an image in the background of an HTML document. And the syntax is background hyphen image colon value, where value is equal to URL, that means path of the image. Let's see how to use it. You can write HTML tag, head tag, then you can use style tag and type attribute text/CSS. Then you can write body, curly brackets, background hyphen image colon URL. Then curly brackets closed, then style tag closed, head tag closed, then body tag starts. Then you can start the paragraph tag. Teamwork is so important that is virtually impossible for a person to reach the heights of his capabilities or make the money that he wants without becoming very good at it. This can be your content that you want to display on your web page. Then you can close the paragraph tag, then body tag is closed, and then HTML is closed. Again, save your file and then you can see the output. Next is background position. This property defines the position of the background image in an HTML document. By default, an image is placed at the top left corner of the element. Syntax is background position colon value, where value is equal to X pose space Y pose. X pose space Y pose means specifies the horizontal and vertical position respectively. X pose may be specified as left, center or right. Y pose may be specified as top, center or bottom. Thus, the value X pose and Y pose can be specified as background position colon right top semicolon. Alternatively, X pose and Y pose can also be defined as X percentage Y percentage to indicate the more specific position. The value for top left corner is 0%, 0%, and for the bottom right corner is 100%, 100%. So, to position an image in the center of the page, you can specify the value X pose, Y pose as background position 50%, 50%. Now, let's see background repeat. With the help of this property, we can set the repetition pattern for the background image. By default, a background image is repeated in both horizontal and vertical directions. And the syntax is background hyphen repeat colon value, where value is equal to no repeat or repeat X or repeat Y or repeat. Here, no repeat means image will not be repeated. Repeat X means image will be repeated horizontally. Repeat Y means image will be repeated vertically. And repeat means default value. Image will be repeated in both the directions. Now, let's see background attachment. This property helps in either fixing the image in the background or make it scroll when the user scrolls the rest of the page. Syntax is background attachment colon value, where value is equal to fixed or scroll. As you can see here the program. Use HTML tag, title tag, background properties in title tag, then use head tag, then use style tag, type equals to text/CSS, then body, then curly brackets, background image colon URL. Specify the path of the image. Then close curly brackets semicolon, then background position colon top center semicolon background repeat colon no repeat, then semicolon background attachment colon fixed, then curly brackets closed, then close the style tag, close the head tag, open the body tag, and you can write the content background properties related to image. Close the body tag and close the HTML tag. And finally, after saving your file, you can see the output. Because of background repeat, no repeat. The image is not repeated.